Okay, so we looked at arm control from the belly down, armbar. Let's look at leg control. Just from here, we get straight into the position. So from our position here, we ended up, Frankie's made his grip. So what I want is my right leg, or my right heel underneath Frankie's left armpit. The problem is, for me to do that, I have to invert and go upside down. You know, think about your Juji Gatami where you have both legs on the same side. The problem is now I have no control of his posture. You can just rip his arm clean out from that position. So going upside down, especially taking my left hip off the mat, is definitely not good. So before we get that leg deep, my right foot is underneath his left armpit and my right knee, my right foot's underneath his right armpit and my right knee's flaring out. And again, from there I'll have that deep hand-to-hand grip. So before I think about going deep, the first position is use my right knee to bring Frankie's right shoulder towards the mat. Once it's there, now without taking my left hip off the mat, I can thread my right leg deep into the armpit. And now from that position, try to posture, bro. Now my leg is actually keeping his right shoulder on the mat. And now from there, we can go straight into the grip switches that we did in the last move, which would be breaking that grip. So that's option, that's the first thing, what my lead leg, my right leg's doing. Moving from like a shallow bite to the deep grip. But another response that Frankie can do from here is say I'm in this position and this leg is here. So that's position one. Position two is I go deep with it eventually, which is what I want. It's better control. But one thing Frankie can do from here is he can tripod up, walk around my head, and now just come over, and now he's escaped the belly down armbar position. Let's look at that again. So this is where this leg needs to be active. I just can't keep it. Here or deep. So if you think about when Frankie tripods up, he's still there. I know he wants to walk around my head. So my right foot comes from underneath, and I just put it in his hip. So now as he tries to walk around, it's difficult. And now I can start to bring his shoulder towards the mat and start to prise open this arm and start to work the submission again. So the three positions of the lead leg are: one, shallow, but eventually looking to go deep under the far armpit without taking my hip off the mat. And if he makes that response of trying to run around my head, it will go in the hip, and eventually I can break that grip. So that's what the lead leg is doing. Let's take a look at what my bottom leg should be doing. Just move back a wee bit there, bro. So, just turn this way. Perfect. So from our position, we're here. So we talked about when we were controlling the posture, my goal is to keep Frankie's shoulders in front of his hips. Anytime he postures, his shoulders come up in line with his hips. So we talked about flaring that right knee in the previous week's vids, and this leg was kicking off the far hip, my left foot, keeping his hips as far behind his shoulders as possible. So if he tries to posture from there, it's difficult. So that's position one. Okay. Position two is I can take this foot and put it on the mat. I'm on my left side. Another thing we looked at about controlling posture is I'm going to get my back on the mat. So we just shrimp with my left foot on the mat to put my back on the mat, try to posture. It's not going to happen. Okay. The next thing is that foot on the mat is I'm going to create a shrimp. So I'm just going to move my hip out, and that allows me to bring my secondary leg up in the air and over the back of his neck. Okay. Once I have that and I go deep with my far leg, this is the desired grips for both legs. So my right leg, my lead leg, is underneath the far armpit, and my left leg is over the back of his head. Try to do anything from there, bro. My legs are controlling as a posture, which means now my arms are free to start breaking those grips. Let's just get another angle on that. So you have 3 positions for the top leg and 3 positions for the bottom leg. So from here, once I come in, Frankie's made his grip on the inside to stay nice. So initially, my lead leg will be shallow, okay? My left leg is at far hip. So again, from there, the sequence is, I can put it on the mat and flatten them out, or put my back on the mat to control this posture. Or I can put it on the mat, bring my leg back and hip escape. So now I can put my foot on the back of the head. Once I have the secondary leg in the back of the head, this one goes deep. And now from there, try to posture, bro. I'm just controlling this posture with my legs, and then we can work on breaking these grips. Maybe Frankie decides to roll to try and get out of it. Already we're back into all the stuff that we covered from here, getting the elbow out of the line and doing the usual stuff from there. One more scenario, so there's a lot of battles going on from here. Frankie would be wise and he would be knowing that I'm looking to get my foot on the back of his head. Let's just look at that scenario. So we're here. So once I get to this position here, okay, my foot comes out. The minute I shrimp, my goal is to bring my foot here. Frankie's going to now pin it. He's got a free left hand. He knows I want to bring that over the top of his head. So good players are going to pin that to the mat. He can pin it physically to the mat, but he can't stop me straightening it. So all I do is a leg press and I bring my leg all the way out to the backside. His arm will be tracking, but I can still take it further than his arm length. So that's all I do there, and then I bring it over. Once I have that there, then the second leg is going deep, and I've done that without inverting. And now from there, there's a lot of tension in his arm. I can start putting pressure on that. One more time on that, bro. So initially, there's where my leg started off, the left foot at his left hip. I put my foot on the mat, he starts to shrimp out and he pins it to the mat. So rather than trying to lift it on the top of his head, I just straighten it out. Now it's try to grab it. It's out of his arm's length, and now I can bring it over the top of his head, go deep, and now from there I can start to put tension in that arm and break the grip. So that's leg control, and we want to combine that with the previous arm control to really be able to control that body down arm lock.